This is a budget and finance meeting for Wednesday, March 1st, 2023 at 5:30 p.m. For Northwest San Pedro Neighborhood Council. Call roll. Vic.
Here.
John.
Here.
Lori absent. And Melanie here. Okay. So first is general public comment. Any public comment? Aaron, we have Aaron in the public. Hi, Aaron.
Hi, thank you so much for letting me come and comment. I have never spoken at a neighborhood council meeting, so I'm not sure if I just jump in, if that's okay with you all. I did share with Melanie the PowerPoint that I made in preparation for, just to give you a little background about the NPG app that my organization, the Point Furman Marine Science STEAM Magnet, submitted. I wanted to just give you some background. There's some cute visuals for you to all look at there. I am a parent of one, soon to be two children who attend. We're a Title I school. Around 63 to 67% of our student body qualify for the free or reduced lunch program. And we have about 300 to 330 students per year. We are based in the coastal neighborhood. However, because we are a magnet, we are open to all LAUSD students and anyone who loves marine science. So we get a lot of students from our immediate community, but we have a good number of students throughout that come from throughout San Pedro. So of those 330, we're from all of San Pedro, some outside of that, but mostly local. We have 44 educators and staff, and we serve about 1,500 folks a year. That's through our programming, community work, different activities. And what we, the reason that we submitted our NPG app is that we have 3 underutilized green spaces on campus. So if you open the PowerPoint, you'll see a lawn, a secret garden, and a small garden. And these are sites that we use for after school play, occasional PE classes, family picnics, very minimal usage. And the barriers to using that is that there's not enough privacy for educators to feel comfortable or safe putting our students out. They're loud and they're rambunctious, but there's also a lot of high traffic around the perimeter of our school, a lot of folks walking, which we love, but also diminishes the privacy that our students have in those spaces. So the barriers outside of that include also sound. The local community has said that without a privacy screen up, there's too much noise in the outdoor spaces. And we also have limited seating. And so if we were to access the grant to install a thematic privacy fence, which we've already got a quote from George Palazol, a local business, this grant would allow us to address the previous barriers I mentioned by providing the following solutions.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Aaron. We can't comment because it's public comment, but and I can't show because it's public comment
okay, wonderful.
The PowerPoint, unfortunately.
All right, well, thank you so much.
Alrighty.
It's in your
Thank
inbox,
you.
and thank you for your time.
Okay, let's see. So moving on, the next item on our agenda is discussion of the MER, and the same protocol. The MER isn't available because it is not the 5th, 6th, or 7th. So we are no MER. So let me bring up, the next is the budget. And let's see, let me unshare screen. This is, oh, come on. You share. Is that working? Can you see the budget or no? No?
Can see it.
Can you see the budget
Yeah,
or is it the agenda?
no, it's the budget.
Okay, awesome. I wasn't sure if it was working or not. It was not highlighting. Okay, so this is the budget as it sits right now. So we've got $23,940.36 left, of which there's still 61, 67, 62 in unallocated outreach. So do I have a motion to move?
I motion it.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor? Aye.
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 And then, let's see. And then let's see, stop share and then go back and share screen. So the next thing is the NPGs. So let me bring out the NPG spreadsheet. Is it? Okay.
It's showing, but you're gonna have to zoom in.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
really small. Sorry about that, you guys. Let's see what we can do here. View.
You can zoom in the lower right corner of the window.
Yeah,
Oh, right here?
yeah, yeah, just slide it across.
Oh, hello.
There you go.
Or click on the plus and minus and go up more incrementally.
Yeah,
There we go. Yay. Okay.
keep going.
So
Okay.
is that better?
Little more would be better.
Yeah,
How's that?
Try one more.
One more? How's that?
Yeah, maybe another.
One more?
yeah, go, because it's, then you can scroll one
There.
more.
There.
Yeah, that's not bad. Okay,
Yeah,
Okay, is that
That
better?
that
yeah,
works.
that'll work.
Or there? Just so we can have this thing, so we start talking about recommendations. So the first one we have is Rainbow Services and Women's Shelter. They applied and it was for a security system for various areas in the complex. And they requested $5,000. And they are 501c3 in good standing and meets criteria. Feed and Be Fed, materials for education program for schools in the area to do education programs at the Christian Science Center. And they requested 1105. Assistance League, who do the school bell program, Operation School Bell, they're requesting money to help with that. $5,000. Toberman Neighborhood Center is the grid program, and they're requesting $1,500 for that. St. Peter Ballet, this was one I wasn't sure about, and they asked for an MPG to pay for instructors. They are a nonprofit, and we can give an MPG to pay for volunteer, for ballet instructors, because they're benefiting the whole community to do, according to the city clerk's office. But one of the things they asked for was to also pay the director. We cannot pay the director. We can pay allow money for the instructors, but the MPG, and we'll look at it in a minute, we can only allow, if we award them a grant, to be specific that the grant can only be for instructors, not the director. Point Furman Marine Science for the thermatic vinyl privacy screen, 5,000. San Pedro Skate Park to continue with phase 2 of the murals and all, 5,000. CAS Veterans Foundation, checked about them. They are not in our area. They are not benefiting our area. And also it was an incomplete application, so they unfortunately will not be able to be considered in this. International Bird Rescue is for medicine. for ongoing care for the birds and everything because of bird flu and all that, $1,500. Port of LA High School dugout fencing, backing pads, dugout accessories, $2,500. So that being said, we have $8,000 and we need to figure out what fits basically San Pedro's benefit, as well as, you know, for Northwest, as well as what we think is appropriate for recommendations to get. Let me open up some of the applications that we can look at, okay? Because these were all late, this is part of the problem, okay? So Assistance League, we're familiar with them with their school bell program. And this talks about what they do. If you want to
We
look at
know that,
that.
and we've been doing. With
Right.
I mean, we can, you know, with them, and.
Well,
I
we know with
know
them, okay, this
we
is the
could-
feed and be fed one, what he says. This one
We
is,
can't, Melanie, we cannot see anything
you
because
can't see these, I'm sorry.
if you didn't select them when you shared, you won't be able to show it
Crap,
until you unshare and then do
the new share.
it all at once.
So let me go back here. So I'm switching over, okay, for right now. Can you see them now?
I can see something, yeah.
Yeah. So this is the feed and be fed one. So they're asking for a propane stove and griddle, a handheld magnifiers and microgreen production materials. And what they say is that, where does he even talk about what it's used for? Oh, specifically monies would be used for providing teaching aid materials and supplies to enhance Feed and Be Fed's Garden Lab program. Series of class piloted spring 2002. STEM principles, including field searches for plant and insect types, crop planting, microgreen harvesting, even tortilla making. So that's that one. The international bird is for basically food and nutrition, recovering patients in the wildlife reserve. And that's basically salaries and wages for veterinary rehab staff. And that's something that they're saying on the thing, but then they say food, medicine, surgical supplies, utilities, equipment, rehab, habitats, enclosure, insurance, transportation, administration. Huh, okay. The marine science, we heard what that was from Aaron. POLA, here's the POLA program request.
Well, let us,
It's for the softball backstop and the pads for it, basically.
but they don't have where is this at the school? Because they don't have a field like that. They would have to go to like Blockfield or something.
That's what I'm wondering.
Does it
Or-
say?
Dugout
Or do
fence,
they
shade
use
covering.
the baseball field over there by, like if you're going to Cabrillo?
Yeah,
Well, I
that's
mean,
what I'm
that's-
wondering.
That's my point, is that they don't have their own, so they have to use somebody else's. So how is this
Right.
going to be directly for them? Because you're not going to put up a backstop or something and then take it with you, I don't think.
You wouldn't think. And also the shade coverings, are you going to put them up each game and then take them down?
I mean, they had a letter there. Did it say where they're going to put them?
Let's see, let me double check
You
here.
scrolled through it too quick.
It says, Neighborhood Council Funding Program, POLA is an independent charter school through small class and experience dedication teacher data. Despite the school allocates amongst other POLA athletes, continues to hindered by size of campus. Players use 3 different fields in the community as our home field. Although we are grateful for the space, it's difficult to feel at home when we're hosting our teams from outside San Pedro. To purchase field equipment, replace current shading, replace current backstop, and improve the dugout accessories at our home field at the San Pedro Athletic Complex on Gaffey Street.
So does that belong to them or?
No,
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what is this San Pedro Athletic Complex.
on Gaffey. So that
The only
is,
thing I can think of is up at the Field of Dreams. But do
that's
they,
it. That's what I think it is.
I thought, is that all soccer up there or is that
Yeah.
also other?
You're talking about the one over there on Westmont.
Yeah, Westmont and Gaffey is the only one I can think of. If there's something
Well,
else, I'm not
but
aware.
No, you know what
but
it
is
is?
that
It's
part
a
of the
so-
port?
It's down on past the gun range. The one down there is where it is. That's where the San Pedro
Oh,
Athletic
down there?
Complex is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I thought that belongs to,
the Bobby Sox use it and all of that, the girls softball for the
Yeah,
competitive
and
league.
so does, what's his name? Chewy
Yeah,
Ibarra. He's the one. He lives
Yeah.
across the street from me. That's the one that, and matter of fact, how are they
Oh, and they-
getting it? Because they're getting their Chewy there told me that the Navy state wants it
oh,
back.
see, it says, we believe that improving the field will benefit the community as a whole. In
Right.
2002 season, 3 high school teams shared this field. And with Little League players use the field for practice. Improving the field's appearance will help all players there. This means regardless of where our home field is, we'll improve the appearance of the field of San Pedro.
Yeah, but if they're talking about taking it away from them.
No, they actually, Tim McCoster got it where they've got it now.
Okay.
It's been
Oh, okay.
awarded to them to use.
Okay,
I read an article on it that they just had posted.
I'll have to talk to Chewy then. I guess they're not, okay.
So Rainbow Services, this is something different that they applied for. They want security cameras and installation various sites, $5,000 for their complex. Because of
do
the
that?
retaliation and targeted violence that comes to the complex.
And
for
unfortunately,
domestic.
they don't break down individual units or something like that.
No.
They just have one
It says
big-
Rainbow Services committed to continue their vital work to address the needs of domestic violence supporters wraparound services. We have provided San Pedro surrounding communities for almost 40 years. The nature of our route can make Rainbow a target of violence and retaliation. Recent security concerns increasing mass shootings occurrences and prompted us to bolster our security measures and safety for survivors and staff across the 6 service sites. These measures include installing and configuring security cameras and security switch to assist the staff in monitoring entryways and exits at our facility, creating a safer environment to protect clients and staff from potential threats. So, yeah. So the next one is the ballet. And this is where it's for after school dance education classes. Los Angeles, we've launched our dance ed program, and it's through Taper school site at Taper and all. But the thing is, this is what they ask for: compensation to dance instructors, $3,500. Compensation to program direct coordinator, $500. This they cannot get a grant for. This they can.
Which one?
Because it's an educational program that's a
The-
501c3.
The 35 or the 500?
The 35 they can, the 5 they cannot. The skate park, like I said, is, we know them well as far as, supplies, photographer, videographer, scissors, lifts, insurance, all that is what they're asking for.
Yeah, and she said, can I ask? I said, you ask high, and then whatever we do, we do.
Yeah,
They want to just keep beautifying it.
Right.
They're putting it back into the community too. That's what they're doing it for.
And then this is grid, the grid program. And they attached a budget here. And basically what the grid does is they have a program where they try and do like sunset nights on Friday nights and programs to get kids not to join gangs and intervention and all of that. And so that's what this is all about. And so
They're asking for 8.
and gifts, though, I have a problem with gifts.
They're asking for
675.
1,500.
Oh,
But
okay.
they're gonna give gifts. We can't give gifts. We can't do anything individualized. It can't stay like if you buy uniforms for someone, they can't be individualized uniforms. They have to be something that's gonna stay with like the school. It has to be a public benefit, whatever we do.
Well-
So if you give gifts, gifts can't be given because it only benefits the person that the gift is being given to.
Well, that's also true with certificates, most likely.
Yes. So this might be an ineligible grant.
Well,
It doesn't mean they're gonna use.
can you specify what they're allowed to use it for? Like,
Just because they're doing it for the graduation event thing, it says decorations, venue, certificates, gifts, flowers. Those type of things aren't public benefit. To
Well,
the
if they can,
Northwest St. Peter
right,
Neighborhood
but if they
Council
can
area.
specify what are the gifts, are they the
No, but the
amulets,
gifts are gonna be given out to individuals. When you
They're
have
right, but
gifts.
hang on though, but it could be that what they're graduating, it could be the hat with the tassel, it could
I
be.
know, but you aren't understanding, John. We can give nothing to an individual. It has to be a public benefit, not a benefit of one individual. Our MPG grants are set up, and I'll show you if you want what it talks about the guidelines for MPGs.
Right,
It
but
has
this
to serve
600
a public benefit to the whole public. Whatever money we give, the whole public has to benefit from it.
Right, kind of like what we do at the Assistance League, that all kids
Right.
get.
It has to be for the
But
whole
is this
public. A
675? Is that for one
certificate isn't
person?
going to be benefit or a gift to the whole public.
But what's for $675? Does that mean one person is getting it?
Right, no, they're buying gifts for all of the graduates, is what it sounds like.
well, did they have a description up above?
Let's
yeah.
see. Right there. Annual graduation, in which provides our graduates a sense of accomplishment, which ultimately leads back to goal of our mission, supporting children and their families. Let's see.
Well, I can barely see that.
Which includes dinner for the graduate. Their family members will receive recognition by being college stage and individually receive their certificate and a congratulatory gift. When approached the stage, graduates are given flowers, asked to present the person who guided them the most during their academics. Emotions run high. This type of thing would almost be a sponsorship rather than an MPG, where Northwest would sponsor something like this.
I'm curious what that 500 for venue is.
Well,
To rent a venue.
To rent a venue, to rent the hall, and maybe it has, they're gonna, it includes food and everything.
Yeah, because they had an allotment for food too.
They did, yeah. So the venue.
Yeah, it didn't say, it says 5,000 over here for it. The venue's gonna cost them 1,225. Decorations are 300, the certificates are 150. They're spending $1,125 on gifts and $200 on flowers. They have an $8,000 budget and they're asking us for 1,500.
And so far from what they've described, the certificates, gifts, and flowers are all for individuals.
Exactly.
And then the decoration in the venue, I guess, are just for setting up the location for, I assume,
For the
one-time use.
graduation.
Yeah,
Right,
so
which would be a
Right.
one-time use, right?
right, in other words,
Right.
if they go to what's it called over there on off Morris? Elks Lodge. They went to the Elks Lodge. The Elks Lodge told them it's gonna cost you $1,225.
Right.
So
Right.
that's the venue that they used. And then it's, but then looks like they got food. The certificates, that's a certificate, like the diploma for graduation. That shouldn't be a problem.
Well,
The
but
gifts are
that's,
a problem. The certificates are kind of a problem because it goes to each individual. Again, it's an
Right.
individual thing. It's not a public benefit.
Right, and the gift is like, thank you.
It's not a
It's
public benefit either. It's an
it doesn't-
individual gain.
Right, right. So
Flowers
if-
are an individual gain. They
now,
aren't giving flowers to every person that attends.
so it sounds like all of this is not really,
well, no, what they can do then is
The only thing that
decorations,
would be acceptable is the venue, give them $500 for the venue.
the venue and the decorations,
Nope, not even decorations.
not even, then
Nope.
have them, then just tell them that we can give them 1,000 for the for the venue. It helps them out.
I don't know because we have other grants that are asking for more
No,
money. I don't
true,
know
for a
if
lot,
that's the
yeah,
way.
so, yeah, but
So it's
other
whether or not
item-
we have to weigh what I
no,
think we
that's
should
what, yeah,
do.
that's true, but I'm saying because they're
What I
not,
think we
don't-
should do is look at these and think about what is going to provide the most public benefit to Northwest San Pedro area. Which ones are more of a well-rounded public benefit as we decide how we're going to disperse these.
can you go back to the list?
Yeah, this is the list. Is it not showing again?
No, it's still on
Okay,
Point Furman.
there we go.
Okay,
So
Okay,
Rainbow
so-
Services security
first-
cameras.
before you do anything, why don't you put a 0 in that one that is already,
Toberman,
no, the
or
Veterans
this one.
Association.
Oh, okay, 0.
You said
There.
that one was not qualified, right?
Right, it's not qualified.
Okay, so I was thinking, let's just put that in there so we know that's gonna be 0. Also, how many total are there?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Total requested $37,605.
so this dugout and everything is okay?
Well, it's in our area and it's
Yeah,
gonna
if it's-
benefit anybody that uses it.
Right.
So I think it would be all right.
Yeah, it'll help Chewy and everything, so,
Right.
okay.
I think it's a good idea. I really think
Now let's stay with the bottom.
the
Okay,
thing
so
is, it's a lot of money. Are we gonna put 2,500 into that or are we just going to contribute to it? Is that where we want to throw a lot of our money into?
no, I think we should break the 8,000 down accordingly to which ones we think that should get it. Like, if we give it to these guys down below.
Okay,
um,
so let's do,
Well,
what I want you guys to do is,
What
wait.
is the decision about the Toberman stuff?
Toberman, the
Are
only thing
they-
you can
are-
give them
are
money
any of-
is like
are
the
any of
$500
those-
for the event.
Are
Five-
any of those things eligible?
Only the
only
venue.
the venue.
Okay, so they asked for 500.
So
And we
let's-
may not
so-
even get it approved because it looks more like a sponsorship than an NPG.
Well,
Like an
and
event
if it's
sponsor.
just to pay for the venue, that's a one-time thing. How is that? It's a one-time thing.
It's
for
really
graduation.
not. It's
So
not
how
a
is that
project.
for public use?
It's not a project. And usually these NPGs are supposed to be a project or something that is going to develop into something. I really don't think they they really are effective for an MPG. I don't think it qualifies for what our
You know,
standards are
yeah,
for
the only
MPGs.
thing we could do
Okay,
is,
then if that's the case, then their output is 0 by them.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
then
think
what we
they're
could,
zero.
and then what we could do later
Yeah.
on and say, we can give them, you know, contribute maybe the 500. If we have, you know, money that we have, you know,
Now,
Yeah.
now,
we can
given,
say, hey,
given,
we'll contribute the 500, but we can't do the other stuff. Because
Well, what
it's,
we can do is say, you know, we can sponsor like your venue, help pay for the venue and be a sponsor, but we can't do an MPG for you.
right,
now, given that we only have 8 left and we have 8,000, we could start out by putting 1,000 for each one and then shift numbers around, or we can look at each one before we do
Well-
anything like that.
well, okay,
But-
so, hang on, yeah, look at what we did. So Toberman is out, okay, and what's the other one that's out?
The CAS,
The CAS.
Uh,
the CAS Veterans Foundation.
okay, the CAS Veterans, that's out.
So what I think we should do is, first of all, let's think
Right.
about rating them as far as priority. What you think has the highest priority of a grant? And
Okay.
just go from there. Everybody take a
Right,
turn.
okay.
What do you think,
Okay,
John?
so okay, and and I'm not doing it because I'm at the Assistance League and all that, because my voting's not gonna count on this. Well, it can count here, but it can't because it's budget, but it won't count on the board. Always the Assistance League, we give back everything we make to the community.
Right,
Nobody makes money in this place. We all volunteer. So, you know, there's only 2 people, Michelle and Omar, Omar's the custodian, Michelle is the office manager. And nobody else does it. We all put in our own time. So that's one who gives back. Number 2, the ballet, they're giving back to the community because okay, that's another one. Because, but we can only pay, you said, the instructors, right?
right.
Right.
Okay, so that would, to
So we
me,
have to
that,
be specific with them that they have to do the instructors.
right, they'll have to, yeah, and then you'll have to tell them. Okay, the other one that and hopefully you guys will see my theory, the skate park, because they are giving back to our community, and they are now Northwest, by the way, since they changed the map. They are in our side now. It's in our boundaries. So this is why I told her to go
Yeah.
and ask, you know, so they're putting back, they're beautifying the section with the skate park. They're making it better, you know, so that's another one. And I think for the baseball park, you know, that should be, because like you said, that's in our area and everybody benefits from it. The what did you say? Bobby Sox and,
Yeah.
Chewy's, you know, his teams and you know, Lamita uses our baseball park too.
Yeah.
So it's not just, it's helping the port, it's helping everybody else too. You
So
know,
Vic, what
that's-
do you think? What do you think?
Go ahead, you can say, you could agree with me. Don't worry.
Well, my first choice was actually Feed and Be Fed.
Well, them too. I just
'Cause
didn't
I
get a
know,
chance
I know
to get
on
to
a,
them.
I know I've seen what they're like because I'm down there weekly.
I
Not
do too,
during
because
their
I'm across the
programs, but
street.
I know their setup and what they're trying to do, and I've talked to Peter Rothe about it.
And they're right across the street from the Assistance League. They use the, what is
No,
it, what do you mean, no?
they're at the Science Center. Oh, you mean the 6th Street Garden?
No, isn't the Feed and Be Fed? I thought, remember Melanie, that they work out of the church over on
There's
8th Street.
Right, they do, but also they're at the Christian Science Center.
They're
Oh,
at,
but
they're
is
at
it the
garden-
same people?
They're at the Garden Church on Sixth Street in the garden. And
But
they
they're-
also are at the Science Center.
They do
Well,
the
they're
gardening
also-
there, all the planning and all that at the Christian
Right,
Science Center.
and they're also across the street from the Assistance League at, I think it's a Presbyterian or the church.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that, but.
Yeah, they're inside, they're in the building there too. They cook
Oh,
and everything.
wow.
But I mean, they've been trying to get some programs going at the Science Center for a while now. And
No,
little by
I agree
little,
with you. That's another one that should get, yes.
See, it's trying to divide this all up. I see, my personal opinion is a no on this one. I just don't feel that this is a public benefit either, security cameras.
No, not, yeah, that's not doing any, that's just to protect themselves from everybody on the outside world. So.
So I
it's not-
think that's a no for me,
Yeah,
because it's not a public benefit.
right. I agree.
So that removes another one if you all are in agreement.
You agree, Vic?
well, I mean,
I don't-
you can rationalize that a lot of these are only benefiting the people who go there.
Right, but
So-
the cameras are physical items that are for their benefit, for their security. They aren't protecting the community.
Right, it's like I
Alright,
said
yeah.
to some, see, Vic, it's the woman's shelter.
I know.
Yeah,
what-
now
Not
she
that
said
I'm
if they
not a
said they were
proponent
gonna-
of it, because I am, I mean.
Yeah, but if they were to ask for, they need stuff for general hygiene and toothbrushes, things like that, to support the women that are there, that's a different story. But not electronics, it's not something,
Well, I mean, you could argue that security of the women that are there is supporting the women that are there too.
Right,
But
Yeah.
I see what, I mean, I understand what you're saying.
yeah.
so the question, I agree with John's assessment. When we have so much need with the schools and things like that, I have a problem with this one.
Now, these are the ones that came on our last budget, that were our last ones that they're over here in PV.
They, actually, their address is Long Beach,
Well, then
I
how
where
like
are we,
they apply from.
Where
Okay.
is this? It says at the Wildlife Center in San Pedro. Where is this Wildlife Center in San Pedro?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you.
Can you go back to their application? I'm curious about what,
Yeah,
because I don't know of any wildlife center in San Pedro. Doesn't mean it's not there, but I'm not aware of it.
let me switch screens. Let's see. Here you go. It says 3601 South Gaffey Street.
Okay, that's 36th Street in Gaffey. Is that even in Northwestern?
No, it is not. And then
Well,
that's a
Hang on.
box
Yeah,
number,
hang on.
box 3. That's their box number.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
a box
And then the other one is a PO box in Long
in
Beach.
Long Beach.
So it
hold on,
seems like,
hold on, slow up. Let me see something. Hold on. Let's do this.
yeah,
real quick.
go to the boundary map.
Yeah, hang on, that's what I'm doing. Go back. Let me see the address again.
Okay,
3601.
That's Christina's. Where her boxes are. That's where Christina's mailbox address.
Oh, is it?
I think it's her box thing, her mail.
No, it's Long Beach.
No,
No,
30
Gaffey Street.
3601
Box
Gaffey
3,
is not Long Beach.
3601 South Gaffey, box 3. I think that's Christina's office.
Wait, 3601, that's way down.
Yeah,
That's way down at the, like, Cabrillo end.
Let's see here, 36.
I mean, it's not Pacific, but it's down toward that end.
South Gaffey Street, San Pedro.
See, they claim that they serve all of San Pedro and San Pedro, California community, free to public services that benefit both people and local wildlife. That people bring them their wildlife and release rehab birds back into the community in the wild.
Okay, 30.
Public at large.
Okay,
media
where
and
they're at,
fishing.
where they're at, that address 3601 North Gaffey Street, San Pedro, California. It's over by the Ken Malloy Harbor Regional Park.
It is, it's not north, it's south, John.
Right, it's north, huh?
It's south. There's two.
Oh, it's south.
South Gaffey, not north.
Sorry, me fault there. 3601, okay. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, that's way down.
That's over in Coastal's area.
Yeah,
It's by Angels Gate Cultural Center.
Well, that's like the Fort Mac.
Yeah, you know where
they do
Nike
wildlife
missile,
rescue and rehab. What they're claiming is that they serve all of San Pedro. So they're part of basically any neighborhood council.
yeah, that's over there by the Nike missile site. Yeah, they're way
Yeah.
yeah, that's they're down there by 30.
We have given them money before. But we haven't given them a large amount.
Well,
I
I think
looked
last time, didn't we give them like
We didn't give
500?
anything last time because it was COVID the last couple of times.
No,
because
that's
of
right.
COVID.
That's true.
And
I
they
know
didn't
the
fit
one time we
COVID.
gave them 500, I think.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was 2 years ago, I think.
In
We
2020, I think the last
Yeah,
was the last.
We gave him 5, and the year before we gave him 5.
Okay.
But the last couple of years, because of COVID protocol, we haven't given them anything
Right.
because of yeah.
So do we give them? We can keep. So
So the question is, again, how do
Now
we
you-
break this down?
well, now go back to the
Go back to the spreadsheet.
spreadsheet.
Yeah. So breaking this down,
Okay, so let's start from the top.
so feed and be fed. Do we
Well,
give them the 1105 or do we just give them the 1,000?
We've got 7 left now.
8,000 left right now.
No, 7 organizations.
Yes.
Okay, so let me
I-
do this. Let's write
I
this
would-
down.
I mean, 1105 compared to 1,000 is not that much different. I would just say the whole 1105, and that for now.
But
at
then
least-
it cuts into evenly distributing to other ones, the grant.
Right.
That's
So
what I'm
Okay.
thinking, that we just
So
do
what-
straight 1 or 2
Okay.
or whatever.
what if we do
Well, let's start out with 1, and then
and
One
let's
on
see-
this
yeah.
one, say 1,000 here.
we can shift around later if we need to.
So we got 1,000 to feed. Okay.
Thousand, okay, and then Assistance League, I recommend we at least give them 2.
What's the breakdown on what the request is for?
It's for the Operation School Bell,
It's
where
for the
they
school
do
bell.
clothing,
Oh,
the
it's all,
backpacks, all of that
Yeah,
for
everything-
schools,
everything-
kids all
it's
over
all
that
for the
are
whole thing?
provided for.
Yeah,
Right.
that will
Okay.
go to that goes to them because we give the kids, elementary spends $125 per kid. And we do every time we, like this week, this Saturday, we're doing another one. So we've got probably 90 elementaries and they'll do 30 high school or middle school, where high school and middle school get 150 because they're bigger kids. Next year, starting in September, when we start the program up, we're going back to just the elementary kids.
Okay,
Because a
but
lot
I
of the
mean,
kids
the 5,000, the application doesn't have like a breakdown of what makes up that 5,000. It's just the 5,000 for the whole program.
it's for the whole program.
Okay.
I can put it, I can tell you this much.
Yeah, this is what it says on the thing. It says dressing appropriately the climate and fitting with peers makes school attendance easier for children whose families lack of resources. Due to low income, homeless status, these children often become subjects of bullying and teasing. Each child is provided $100 of clean new clothing for school, including any needed outwear, shoes, and items that cannot be purchased secondhand, such as underwear and socks.
Our list is, we do not give, they can't buy pajamas. They can't buy hats. They can't buy, you know, any kind. It has to be clothing that they wear to school. I know they got 100, but they missed that. She didn't know. Remember, I told you, Mel, Shirley Tyler passed away in November. And I think you got an email from Ann Drinkwood, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's taken over, but you know, Gwen Slater's helping her, and you know, so we give 125, and it usually costs us anywhere between 18 to 21,000. You know.
Yeah,
'cause
she's got on here that it the Operation School Bell itself per child for the Operation School Bell program spends annually $130,000.
right.
Number of children they take care of is 900. Requested funds 5,000. Use of grant school appropriate clothing for approximately 40 Northwest San Pedro students.
Actually, it's more now. Because
in the Northwest area.
In the Northwest area, it's actually now we're doing Taper, Dodds, San Pedro High. They do Cabrillo, they do Bandini. So they've added a couple extra schools.
Yeah, there's a lot of kids that are needy in our area, which I was shocked to find that out, that I thought we were a more median income, but there's a lot of kids.
We clothed so far since September, okay, between us girls, all of us, we've clothed almost 1,900 kids.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. And the time we had the grant, that 100,000 from Joe Buscaino, we did almost 2,600 kids.
Wow.
Yeah. So it is a good deal.
So what do you think, you guys? 2, at least 2 here?
Yeah, we put 2 in, and we can always shift stuff around later. So we start
San Pedro Ballet. I think at this time I'm recommending, oh, hello, what did I do? Whoa, hello.
You scrolled way out.
I'm not sure what happened. Holy heck. Okay, I'm recommending $1,000 for them.
Yeah, because that'll cover the
well, it'll undercover them, but
with the specification that it has to
only for instructors.
Right.
So now we're getting kind of, because that's
4,000.
1, 2, 4. We have 4 left. So
4 left.
This is the thing.
And
the skate park,
I would like to see at least 1, 1, and 1.
I would give the skate park 1,000 also.
Right, 1,000 for the skate park. Port of Los Angeles, the privacy screen for Point Furman.
Now, you're saying Point Furman is it
The
because?
marine science magnet, it's an LAUSD school.
Oh,
so
yeah,
any-
yeah.
Any
No,
kid
no,
can go there.
Right,
So it does benefit Northwest because it's open to all.
all schools. So I think
Just
1,000 would
like
be,
Pola.
I think 1,000 would be
And 1,000 here
for the school.
for this school. But then we're like, this is 0. Because we're out.
No, we're not.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3,
No, we're not.
5.
Look at the bottom. Look
6.
at
Go down.
Look at the
Oh,
bottom.
7. Oh, we are. Oh, okay. So
Remember, we
do we
did the
wanna
3,
give
so
them
you only had,
1,000, or do we want to give it somewhere else, like in the dugout thing, or up here in the ballet, or more money to the assistance league, or what?
well, I mean, you know, who benefits the most? We can give them 500 and add 500 to the skate park because they've humped their butts for doing all this
Give
stuff.
these guys 500,
And give add another 5 to the skate park
the skate park, or to the Pola for the dugout?
or to the dugout. Yeah, either way.
What do you think, Vic?
Pola.
Pola?
Yeah,
And that's 8,000. So
I'm actually good the way it sits, Vic.
yeah, I'm comfortable with that. Are you guys comfortable
With what?
looking
Wait,
at the recommendations here?
Did you
'Cause
say
we're
you
gonna
were,
have to go down with each one of them and vote on them now.
did you say you were uncomfortable with it or you were?
I
comfortable?
am comfortable.
Oh,
I
okay,
am
okay.
comfortable with
'cause
all
that's
of
what
this.
I missed,
we thought
yeah.
you said you were uncomfortable with it. I'm going.
Oh, God,
Yeah,
no.
that's,
I was gonna say,
okay.
because you're the one that helped pick these numbers.
Oh,
Yeah, that's why you wanted to clarify that, because it
Oh,
sounded
yeah.
like,
yes,
Well,
I
yeah,
am. I'm
it sounded
comfortable
like, you
with
know, see,
this.
okay,
I didn't
Oh,
hear that
Lord.
I'm comfortable.
So-
It sounded I'm comfortable, you know.
What would Yoda say?
So feed and be fed. I'm gonna move $1,000 for this. Do I have a second?
I'll
second,
second. Okay, Vic, second. I need to
Okay.
be fed too.
Oh.
Need to be fed.
I,
I
okay, next one is Assistance League, and John, you'll have to abstain on this.
recuse.
Or
recuse, yeah.
Assistance,
So,
League.
Okay, I'll
move Vic,
2,000 for the assistance league.
and Mel second. All those in favor,
I
2, 1 recuse. Okay. Toberman, San Pedro Ballet.
I motion.
You
second,
move. John, move.
I'm sorry, I gotta
Vic
say that. I
second.
move.
All those in favor?
I
Aye.
you good, John?
no, I gotta remember to say move instead. I motion.
I motion,
yeah,
I
that-
move.
That too.
Hey, I motioned over here for it. You know?
Point Furman Steam,
Go ahead, Vic.
I move 1,000 to Point Furman Steam.
I second it.
Or Marine.
Bless you, whoever sneezed.
Steve, Ted. Bless you, Ted. All those in favor?
Aye.
Um,
Okay, your turn again, Mel.
International Bird.
Whoa. Didn't we miss somebody?
$500.
Huh?
We missed one, didn't we?
Huh?
We missed
Skate park. We'll do birds first and go back.
Okay.
Mel move. Second, anybody?
Second.
Second Vic. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, next one is the skate park.
I move the skate park.
I'll second.
Move, John.
Yeah, I moved the skate park to Wilmington.
And where did you move it to?
Second.
No.
Vic.
That big
All those in
park.
favor?
I,
And then Paula.
I move the 1500 for Polis.
I'll second the move.
No, it's second the motion.
I'm sorry, second the motion. Make up you guys' mind, please.
You gotta flip them around.
All those in favor?
I
Aye. So that's that, you guys. We're done with those. Now on to bigger.
okay.
Other stuff.
Quick question. Do you want me to just put a general agenda item for the executive committee?
It can be just general that we're going to be presenting the MPG recommendations.
Well, yeah. Well, right now I have just approve MPG grant.
Yeah, and then I will send you the list for the regular.
Right. Okay.
Agenda.
That way you don't have to rush to do it tonight.
Yeah. So let's pull up the agenda again. Where is my agenda? Oh, for the love of God, let's see. Okay, so
It's hot over here in the Bahamas.
let's see. Okay, agenda. So the next motion is this levy motion for $500 to cover the charge that we are going to be charged at Peck Park to use the auditorium every meeting of $30 a meeting.
Okay, so Mel, I
I
got
got a question on that.
it's the same question. Yeah, go ahead, tell her.
This is when everything we're doing here only covers through the end of the fiscal year, correct?
Yes,
Okay, $30 an hour for 3 meetings worth of board meetings. If we go to 10 o'clock, so that's $60, or I mean, 30 times 6 is $180. If we went to 10, like we almost did last time,
yeah.
why do we need 500?
Because Ray said in case when the final paperwork comes back, it's something different. He says $400 to $500 just budget for right now. In case it comes back that they're going to request for like my committee meetings that I have to pay too.
But
the
your committee meetings start early enough where if you want to
Right.
go past 8 o'clock, that would be a marathon meeting. So I don't even think that matters.
I know, but he's afraid that they're going to get charges for table setup.
And
too.
even if you have the committee meetings, that's board meeting and 2 committee meetings, that's 3 times 30 is 90.
No,
But he's
3
afraid
months is
they haven't
270.
decided, Vic, listen, they haven't decided if they're going to charge us to set up the tables or not either for our meetings.
Well, okay,
So we're
then,
waiting for the paperwork to be continued. The only thing that they've confirmed right now. So Ray, when I talked to him on the phone, he said just approve $400 or $500.
okay,
budgeted to
so
cover.
this is to cover more than just the $30 an hour. That's not
And
clear on-
possible table setup.
That's okay. That needed to be made clear.
Yeah.
Okay, now, the other thing is, Mel, we could do our budget, and then public safety, we can go to City Hall.
I know. And if they decide to charge us, I can go over there and that's fine. It just doesn't make sense for just a couple of people to meet up there, drive all the way over there when you can just drive to Pet Park.
So
That's my point.
So this is
Yeah.
just to allocate the 500 if needed.
It's just to allocate it in case we don't have the forms yet. They are supposed to be getting me the forms filled out by Leslie at the regional park office. And this has been like a total like craziness at best with this.
And then it's kind of like, thank God that they extended it 1 more month too.
Keep
So
extending.
why don't we do 400? I motion for 400 for Pet Park Auditorium for meetings.
You mean you move?
I move for meetings, auditorium for meetings and table setup.
No more, not to exceed 400.
Motion to allocate.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
$400 for Peck Park auditorium fees for meetings and table setup. And
All right, I'll second.
I mean,
move Mel.
how much are they gonna charge us to do the setup? All of a sudden
I
now
don't know. It's a
We
mystery,
don't.
John.
it's
All those
ridiculous.
in favor?
I
I mean, they
And
didn't
then we
charge
may
us to
not
meet
even be
there
using
before,
this
so.
because Ray's mad and he's gonna go to take it
Yeah.
up the food chain.
yeah,
I mean, they didn't used to charge us anything, did they?
Right. So
So
he's
now
talking
all of
to
a
the
sudden they
big
are.
wigs, to Deanne, and also gonna talk to Tim if he has to.
yeah,
But it
Right.
has to come from him.
yeah,
So
All right,
yeah. Well, that's what Ray said. He's gonna, yeah, he's very disappointed in it, and especially when we spend $750 and give them to flowers and everything. I mean, we put
I know.
money in that.
plus we gave him almost $3,000 for swim shirts right before COVID.
Yeah,
Those rash guard shirts.
yeah. So, I mean, that doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make, you,
So the next thing, y'all, is we got from a surprise from Perry Mailing, where he was over $3,000 now for his fees for his mailing service. So now this has pushed us up to not be able to pay the reprinting again because we're short $93.30 to pay it from the $5,000 budget. So now the budget for the newsletter has gone up to $5,093.30. $5,100 to do a newsletter each time. That's a lot of money.
well, who else are we gonna get?
I know. It's a
There's
lot of
nobody.
money.
There's nobody.
We got to think long and hard if we're going to do 2 of these a year or even 3.
Yeah,
We may be only able to budget 1 a year and that's it,
yeah,
and do something else,
maybe one per year, except for election years.
except for election
yeah,
years.
except for
Exactly.
election, yeah.
That's what I was thinking too.
So,
Vic.
something
What
like
about-
something like that.
What about,
But
Sure.
that is not what we're talking about here.
I
though.
know what we're talking about is the budget. We need to make motion for $93.30
yeah.
to be increased on the newsletter budget.
Yeah, I'll move to increase the budget for the newsletter by $93.30.
And I will second that motion.
Very good.
Budget.
I want to thank the Academy.
What about the producers?
No, they're probably friends with Weinstein, whatever his name
What about the
is.
little people?
Uh-huh.
Just stop. Stop while you're behind.
Hey, oh, I wish that tree had
And
coconuts in it.
Melanie, just to.
Okay, and all those in favor, I'm writing, I'm sorry. So John, you moved, right?
No, I second.
I moved,
Oh.
John seconded, and we haven't voted yet.
Yep. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 3-0. Okay, so that's that. Discuss any motions, financial requests from committees. At this time, there is none.
Yeah.
Nothing.
That's easy.
Yeah, listen, can I bring this up? The April
And now we
8th
can go to
what-
public comment again. Yeah, if you want.
Well, no, I mean, so there was no one, okay, I'm going back to the other one if there were no money. The one that Gwen said that on April 8th in the meeting, in the, what is that?
What,
April 8th, there's some sort of like carnival
said-
thing that they're doing at Peck Park, and they asked if we would, help out with it. Just kind of
Ah, okay.
volunteer and whatever. And she wants to get like the Northwest Easy Up and this and that and all of that. And I'm like, you're gonna have to talk to outreach because that's up to them, whether or not that gets used and all that.
But here, okay, so that's what I'm getting at. I mean,
But she wants to use it for Knights of Columbus.
Knights of Columbus.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm asking now. Was there any mention for her? Did she ask for any money or any to budget
No,
to do
nothing,
any?
nothing. No, she hasn't asked for nothing. She's just on a whim going out there and talking to Michael and Jessica and just saying that we're gonna do it, and she's going out there. And
Well, okay, but okay. Again, here I go. And
Okay, she hasn't asked for money, so that's about all we really care about for this meeting.
well, no, hang on. It
Okay,
wasn't brought to the board. It wasn't brought to youth and outreach.
right,
You
youth
can't
and
be the
outreach,
blame-
if
the blame-
she
Go ahead.
needs to, number one, we don't use our Easy Up for somebody else. If she's going out there to present sustainability, then that's one thing. She can go out there for our board and promote, you know, some of our, and ask some of the other, like at Music of the Sea, public safety to come or outreach to come or whatever. But this needs to be planned ahead and not like last minute Annie, oh, I want the Easy Up and oh.
point of order, this is not a budget.
Well, it is
conversation.
because
No,
we're,
in a way it is.
I'm, we're
but-
responsible for the inventory of the board.
Yeah, and
It
the
is.
thing is, she's gonna, and you can't go out. If you haven't asked for any money to get this or get that, then it can't be just for her. I mean, are we signing people up on our emails? Are we, you know, and nobody knows about it until she popped the question on Monday. So
She
Well,
has to
if
get-
she hasn't approached anyone about it, then it's kind of a snooze you lose situation.
Right, and
Right.
youth and outreach has to be notified because they are the ones, and myself, who were in charge of the gatekeeping of the Easy Up and all of that.
yeah. So that's what I'm just saying. So let's see what she said.
That's in her court, and if she doesn't do what she's supposed to, then she's out of luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't just use it for just that. And, you know, because you can't just say, yeah, Northwest is helping out. We're doing it. No, you're not. You didn't come through the youth and outreach. You didn't come to budget. I mean, I'm sorry. Plus, you didn't let the board know
Well,
what's going on.
even that, the board needs to approve it, really.
Right.
Yeah.
If it's a sponsorship type event where we're tabling.
Exactly.
And it's April
First-
8th, so
First Thursday's one thing, but if it's an event like that at Peck Park and she wants other committees to come, at least have the board like acknowledge that it's happening at a board meeting so that everybody can, you know, say yay or nay that they're gonna go participate and
Yeah.
have it, but Ray is
Because the way-
president,
The
has
way
had
she put it,
conversations with her, I
right.
think.
The way she put it was that in the candidate, she goes, I have an event going on at Peck Park that you're all invited and this, and I'm doing this and that. So I could, you know, you guys can come down and meet people. Well, it's gonna be late by then. The voting will be April 1st. Yeah. Yeah, that's what, am I right, Vic? That's what she said, right?
I wasn't listening too carefully to what she said, frankly.
I know, I
seemed
did
kinda
on that
off.
because I honed in on that, you know.
She seemed kind of off and out of it when she was,
She's got COVID.
yeah, Ted picked up on that a little bit, but she went to the Clippers game last night. She called me on her way home
Ugh. Yeah, which. she
late
should've
at
stayed
night.
home. She should have stayed home and watched them lose anyway. I watched the game.
Well,
yeah.
you know, if it's kind of a moot point to discuss it here. If she
Right,
hasn't,
exactly,
she
it is.
hasn't, you know, done anything.
So I'm going into public comment here. We, the Perry mailing thing, you know, John and I discussed that. Anytime anybody is getting a check or anything, it's always business days when it's mailed, when they're getting a check. It's not oh, it was mailed this day and expect it, 7 to 10 days, calculate them. You got to calculate the days of business days, not weekends, not holidays, none of that. So when they say 7 to 10 days and it's already been like 9 days, that's because you had a holiday, you had weekends in there, and actually it's been only 6. And so they got their check today because they were having a fit about not receiving their check yet.
And if it did go out on the 22nd, the Tuesday.
And it went the 21st, yeah.
Or the
It
21st,
was mailed the
Tuesday, yeah.
21st.
The day
They
after
approved it the
President's Day.
17th, then it went out the 21st.
So there's the 7th and,
But Anna, the girl that's our rep, she's very nice. She's very nice. I've talked to her several times.
yeah, I did too one time.
And
yeah.
she's very, very nice and very like thorough, trying to be thorough with everything. She walked me through some of these MPGs that, like the CAS one, to make sure that it didn't qualify and stuff. She said, no, it doesn't. She goes, don't even consider it, So it really, she was good. She's very thorough and trying to work with us, and she's trying to come up to speed pretty quickly. I just expressed to her a couple times that they're really slow on approving stuff. And she said, part of it is they're making her get several like sign-offs on her stuff, not directly approving stuff just herself right now still. So it has to all go to her supervisor for secondary check. So it slows things down a bit. So
Okay,
with being new and in training, that's all part of it, I guess.
yeah,
So it's fine. At least she's working
Yeah.
with us, and I think she's good. She's very nice. And I think she'll be really good once she's up to speed.
So we done?
Yep. So I think we're done.
okay. What is that you got that we're not meeting on Wednesday, April 3rd?
Next meeting. Next
Says-
meeting.
It says
Oh,
next
It's
meeting.
hard to,
Not
it's
not.
so small, it's hard to see.
Well, I guess depending on the meeting situation, it might turn out to be not meeting, but we'll see.
Yeah. Next meeting, April 3rd.
That's right. Well, then the next meeting is not gonna be Zoom.
You're right. The next meeting, unless all of a sudden the hybrid pilot program
No, that ain't,
activates itself,
that's
but
so
that
far
ain't
from-
happening. We
that
won't have
ain't
equipment or
happening.
anything by then. So
I have a funny feeling they don't wanna spend the 10-15,000.
I have a funny feeling they just are gonna make
Well,
everything.
the other possibility is if they fast track the is it SB, I think it is 411.
And what's that one?
That's the one that
Gives you the choice of hybrid, virtual, or in person.
the one that allows virtual in perpetuity.
Oh, that's right.
The Porta, I can't remember his name, Portatino or something like that.
Right. That was gonna allow virtual to be indefinitely if you choose to. Didn't the board have to vote though to do that?
I am guessing
Yeah.
yes, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah,
I
that
don't
was
think
really
it's-
interesting, that whole thing, trying to understand the whole thing.
I mean, hopefully we'll know more from Josh on at the meeting.
Well, you heard about Josh too, right? He was supposed to be a board commissioner, a bonk commissioner. He was appointed.
Josh Nidal,
Okay.
Yeah. He was supposed to be one.
and what happened?
He was appointed. And then there was a lot of opposition against him for it, and a lot of CISs against him. And
Oh,
so
wow.
then he withdrew. So he's not. So they're looking for a new person
He was
to
disappointed.
vet.
Wow,
Okay, well, that's a discussion for another time.
Yes.
yeah.
So
Vic's gotta go feed his.
anyway,
turtle.
so we are done. This ends the
Okay.
meeting. I'm gonna stop the recording. But yeah, so anyway,
You,
so
Stop.
you
we'll
haven't
see what
stopped it
happens.
yet.
Everything's just play by ear. I mean,
You haven't stopped the recording yet.
I did. I did.
I still see the indicator that says
Oh,
recording.